Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Rocking 20s where I share with you life lessons learned by a woman navigating life in her 20s. I hope that this podcast gives you meaningful information and encouragement as you go through your own journey. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. If you would like to reach Rocking 20s to say hello, send some love, or any feedback, you can reach us by sending an email to hello@rocking20s.com or going to our website www.rocking20s.com. Well, today I'm sharing with you the lessons I learned after getting my college degree. Well, like most young adults, after finishing college, I found it hard to transition to what they say the real world. There was a lot of pressure to make the right decisions right away, and I needed to get a job fast so I can support myself. And I can't remember just how many applications I submitted during that time. I was clueless about what I was doing, and I didn't know where my life was heading at all. After several months of trying to search for a job, I didn't even land an interview. And at that moment, I began to question my choices in life. Did I take the wrong course, or should I go and get a master's degree? And it turns out life as an adult is far different from what I imagined and what I was prepared for. And after several months still without an interview or a job, I was beginning to settle into this dark place. My confidence was dwindling, my hope is slimming down, and I was broke. I just didn't know what to do. Does this sound familiar to you? Are you a listener who just finished college and finding it hard to navigate this new life as an adult? Maybe there's an immense pressure from your family and friends, and you just wish you were back in school or university. And maybe, just like me, you don't know what to do. Now, I will be sharing with you the lessons I learned through that season in hopes that this will encourage you today. First thing I learned and realized is that your first job doesn't have to be or will not be your dream job. After getting a degree in communication, I thought it was just appropriate for me to get a job in communication or in media, right? I always dreamed of myself working on the field with a production team, telling stories, getting creative. So in the first few months, I didn't really bother applying for positions I deemed unrelated to what I've studied. And it turns out it's not easy to land a job in that industry, and the pay isn't that great. So part of my disappointment is that what I envisioned my life to be right after college is far different from the reality that I was living in. It made me more frustrated as I was looking for work and made me feel more and more unworthy. And then a few months later, an opportunity for me to work finally came. But it's different from what I wanted. All I had to do was answer email inquiries. And I thought, that's not fun at all. What am I going to learn from this? But I decided to take it because I realized that I need the experience. And you know what? My first job doesn't have to be my dream job. So I took it and worked for that company for about a year. And I was able to save a lot of money to buy myself camera and other gear that I wanted. And that really helped me get creative and get more experience doing what I love most. There is a great lesson to be learned when we do the things we aren't passionate about. It teaches us endurance and discipline. So don't worry about not getting your dream job or not working at your dream company right away. Be faithful with the small, and surely you'll find your way into something big. Next, I learned is that while waiting, you have to do something. The longer that I was unemployed, the more I was feeling unworthy. This feeling of unworthiness has led to other negative feelings that ultimately affected my mental health. I dreaded the day and having to interact with relatives or friends from way back who would always ask me what I'm currently doing. I didn't have a job back then, so I didn't have anything to say. In the months that I still didn't have a job, I poured myself into creative pursuits and tried my best to stay active. I practiced photography as much as I can and improved my craft at the same time, started going for morning walks and exercises, and that really helped me feel more productive. It was only after doing that I was able to pull myself out of this black hole. Although this wasn't the solution to my problem, it really helped me have a brighter outlook in life. So ask yourself, is there something that you can do while actively looking for a job? Maybe you can try something in the arts or music or fitness. I love this quote by Benjamin Franklin. He said, "It is a working man that is a happy man, and it is the idle man that is a miserable man." Now, we might argue for we may have different definitions of happiness, but I really believe that if you're doing something, it helps in making you feel more fulfilled in life. So take it one step at a time. Maybe you can start a fitness plan or start painting or even learn an instrument while waiting. And lastly, don't worry about getting things wrong or making the wrong choices regarding your career. Sometimes when we overthink about making the right choices, we lose the opportunity of learning from the mistakes we're bound to make. I remember a year after I got my first job, I was given the chance to move to another city and start a new career. I was very obsessed about making the right decision. I was not very sure whether I liked this job or not, so I was only seeing the negative things and totally miss the good things that might come out of it. So I ended up staying because I was worrying it would be the wrong decision. At the end, I regretted it for a while, and then a friend and a mentor told me, don't worry about making the wrong choices. That's how you learn. So try not to think about whether this is the right path or this is the good or better or best job for you. We all hear about this ideal career progression and how we should plan our lives step by step. Believe me, I did that, only to have the realities of life lead me another way. You know what? It's good to plan for a secure future. I love planning up to this day. But I realized that too much obsession with the planning has led me to worrying when things aren't going the way I planned for it to go. And so I found comfort in this passage from the Bible. It says, "We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps." That's from Proverbs 16, verse 9. As a person of faith, this gives me peace when things are starting to go on a different direction. So calm your mind and focus on what you can do and can control, and learn from the good and the bad. Life after college or university is tough, with no friends to take the same exact steps as we do. Some get to their dream destination faster, some don't. Some realize that after spending 4 years studying their major, it's not the job that they want to pursue. Many of us wonder and many of us feel lost. And it's so easy to think that we are unworthy and not as smart and as talented as we thought we were. But you know what? We are not our jobs or our employment status. So go out there, explore what you can do, experience the ups and downs of life, and take it all in. And remember that wherever you are or whatever you are doing, you are not any of these things. That's all for today. My name is Treesha, and I hope you have the best day of your life. Keep rocking in your 20s. Bye!